I told y'all. I said if I don't write it down, I don't remember it. All right, so I'm back because I wanted to. It's like a Q&A. It's personal. Okay. This is from yourtango.com, and it's 100 deep questions to get to know yourself much better. And so, for those of you who are struggling, or uh, here's what it says. It says, because the answers aren't hidden somewhere out there, you already have them deep within your heart and mind. All you have to do is ask yourself some soul searching questions to get to know yourself in order to uncover the answers. But before diving in, you have to be willing to be honest, vulnerable, and compassionate with yourself. Okay. So you can find this on yourtango.com, but I wanted to do this with you. But I got sidetracked because I suddenly, Rider Waite wasn't really on the list today. Somebody must have needed it. I don't know. Anyways, uh, number one, what questions should I be asking myself right now? Um, are you okay? Are you alright? You doing okay? That's the question that I should always be asking myself, right? But number two says, are there questions I am avoiding asking myself? Are you alright? Are you okay? Because ultimately the answer is mixed and it's not always the same answer. And so being all right and okay, and great and well, do not equate to happiness though. So I just thought I would bring that up. So because number three is, am I happy? And the answer is again mixed. I am happy. I am content. I laugh a lot. I experience a lot of joy doing very simple things. I've detailed that before. However, um, I have recognized myself feeling happier. So, four, what do I need to be happy? Apparently, nothing. My legs, I guess. You know, yeah, nothing. I have learned to, like I think I could be happier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I would be happier if my children were here. I think I would be happier if, like, I had more hobbies and things like that. Just right now is not really the time. And so it doesn't, I'm still happy. So I guess nothing. My life. I guess you need to give an answer. My life, regardless of what that looks like or how bleak that looks to some, right? So, number five, in what ways do I pretend to be happy? I don't pretend. I'll give you past. In what ways did I pretend to be happy? We'll use past tense for this answer for transparency purposes. Um, I felt that having sex was a way to pretend. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody wants to have sex with me. um, and in that is where I would, like, I don't know, it equated to joy, but it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It was very much tormenting, but I think that would be one of the ways. How do I sabotage my own happiness? When I focus too much on what other people are doing or thinking about me. Yeah. If you've ever noticed, the majority of the times when I'm angry on this channel is when I'm worried about what other people are doing. Like, primarily when I'm mad, real mad, Michael Jackson. Wait, bad, real bad, Michael Jackson. That was, I was thinking for someone else. That's why I said that my sanity is attached to not focusing on others too much, regardless of what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, what am I longing to experience? Love. That's very easy. What little white lies do I tell myself or other people, and why? Um, uh, Last year, I didn't tell the truth about my whole getting back on benefits. And I just wanted people to leave me alone, and I really wasn't interested in getting back on benefits. And like, I had so much hope for my outcome that I didn't do it. I kind of procrastinated on it because I was like, I'm not gonna need this. I'm not gonna need this. So, I ended up turning in my documents like a day or two late, and I didn't tell the truth about that. But that's the extent of it. I told you I try to live by honesty policy. How can I make my daily life feel easier? Right now, my daily life is pretty easy. In fact, what would feel easier is what I'm trying to work on with Aaron, with the device addiction. Because that's like the hardest thing that we deal with right now. We read, we play a little bit. I don't play a whole lot. I do more like educational stuff. But like when he gets on the device or when he's looking for that, it can be very difficult. So that is what I'm trying to work on, and it actually doesn't have anything to do with me. Because the day is pretty easy. Get up, take care of the child, sit down. And then even like, you know, I've expressed how I handle social media, and like tending to my algorithm, making sure my algorithm doesn't have too much negativity in it. It makes for like a really breezy mind and day. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of anguish going on. Okay, so other than time or money, what do I want more of in my life? Other than time or money, I don't really care about time. And the only reason that I would ever want money is to have like more hobbies. But what do I want more of in my life? Love. Love. You can never have too much love. Okay. Number 11, am I using being busy as an excuse to hide from my own life? No. In fact, I think I make it very clear that I'm not very busy. 12, what can I celebrate? Being alive. My children being alive. I can celebrate that. I can celebrate pretty much anything. I can celebrate death if I really wanted to. 13, where can I invest in myself? In my weight. In my weight. And I probably don't as much because it's not really, it's something that can change at any time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. 14, what skills can I learn or strengthen? I think That's a hard one. It's not to say that oh, you know, if you if you pay attention to how most people have infiltrated my life, right? Do you know there's always a child involved? And so possibly having more boundaries in relation to children, but I don't really find that to be a weakness for real. You know what I'm saying? That's a good one. Maybe we'll have to come back to that because oh, let's put it on a superficial level. I really want to work at art, like art forms, crafts, stuff like that. I don't know if y'all can consider that a skill, but I mean, yeah, I guess like a talent, right? All right, so 15. How might I invest in my home, my life, my personal growth, or my happiness? Um, I feel like this is kind of a similar question. It's like two of these questions put together. Personal growth would just honestly just be like I feel like the last thing that I really need to work on is my weight. I feel like I'm pretty well rounded, emotionally, uh, intellectually, um, and then like as far as my happiness goes, um, there's not really much that requires me to laugh or like feel joy. So, uh, as far as investing in my home and my home life, I feel like that's my primary focus, and so there's not much more that I could do. All right, so number 16, what small tweaks can I make to my mornings to make my mornings feel less stressful and more nourishing? Um, that's actually what I'm doing now. You know, random thoughts when I wake up, when I open my eyes. Um, Mornings aren't that stressful. I think I can say that life hasn't been that stressful. In fact, what stresses me out more than anything is just not being with the kids. Uh, and there's really nothing I can do about that, you know? So, um, waking up with Aaron every day is very pleasant for the most part. We speak for a few minutes, we eat. Good rising. Good morning, Mom. You know, and just, it's very easy. What am I most grateful for in my daily life? Having been bestowed the knowledge of life and being able to, it sounds so cliche, but I am like really truly grateful every day for my children. Every day for having mothered them. 18, do I secretly fantasize about running away from my life? um, I mean, no. Have I? Yes. And I don't want to escape per se. I just want like a conclusion, or if you were writing a book, would you want the book to end with and I live the rest of my day YouTubing on or being a YouTuber and chilling? Like no, like I would like more adventure. I would like those things, but no, I do not fantasize about running away from life. I do not, and I don't even like have escapist type tendencies at this point, except for like being on the internet. But it's simply just because as I wait, there's not much else to do besides work with Aaron, and this is I mean, we have a TV. I haven't even turned on the TV in a while. Okay, so 19 is striving for perfection, secretly destroying my sense of self. No, but at one point, yes. That's what the entire point of the channel was, is to help people who are experiencing a lack of sanity and like aren't in touch with themselves because they are trying to reach the standards of someone that's placed on them for perfection. You know, I said flawed. You know, perfect is the one who accepts their flaws with poise. Right? So I got plenty of them. I'm happy with them. I'm okay with that. 20 is trying to have it all, causing me to feel inadequate. No. But again, definitely experienced that. You know, I think I talk about in subtle abuse that there was someone that I was trying to date and that they were looking for me to be able to do it. And when that person did not date me, it did attack my self-esteem to a degree. In fact, that's the same guy I was just talking about the other day. Wow. Okay, well anyways. 21. What would be worth trying or pursuing even if I fail? This channel was totally worth it. 22, what do I need to let go of? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I've even been able to let go of the idea of getting justice for this lifetime. When I made a video talking about faith in terms of, you know, it was a communication from Marie Laveau. All right. And it was a Bible verse in Hebrews. In fact, I think it was Hebrews 11:11, possibly somewhere around there, where the promises that Abraham was given were not fulfilled in his lifetime. Right. And so I've even been able to let go of, okay, this might be life. What's your trajectory? What do you plan on doing if that doesn't happen? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay with that? Yeah. I have become okay with it, and it's come with discoveries and understanding certain things like my children's charts, and understanding that was something that they were supposed to do in this lifetime, and that there could be a possibility that it's not resolved, but you know, letting go of that and like being okay with talking to my daughter 3 times a week and not seeing her, being okay with not really dating, being okay with, you know, actually being in this position for the next year. I've let go of like all whatever you think that life is supposed to look like. So I don't need to let go of anything. 23, what old beliefs am I holding on to? None. But I would say you know, I'll speak in past tense for some of these. Beliefs in regards to sexuality and your personality, like those 2 things for me were definitely like that's definitely an old belief system, that like someone who's promiscuous or whatever isn't really a good person and stuff like that. Those are things that I had to shed in order to feel healthier and whole, you know what I'm saying? Let me get in a better position here. Let me get, oh, give me a second. Oops. Alright. You can also dig it because the sun is about to come up. Probably my most favorite part of the day, besides the the sunset. Aaron and I both enjoy because he's gonna wake up right at the end of the sunset and he or the sunrise, and he absolutely adores that time of day. Anyway, 24. What old stories am I constantly thinking about? Um, all the stories that I tell on this channel. And even then, most of the time, I don't. I'll be led to look at something and be like, oh, I forgot all about this. You know what I'm saying? Um, Rumination doesn't really give you the opportunity to grow. You know what I'm saying? And if I was actually like constantly thinking on certain stories, then I would not be here today. I would be stuck. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. So, um, but I can say that I have, and even I don't, I watch my videos. I definitely watch my videos, but if it's like really far back, I don't go back to that. I kind of like, I'll get in a groove of watching my own video like 20 times, and then I made another video, I'll watch that 20 times, you know what I'm saying? However many times. So I don't even like ruminate on it on my platform. You know what I'm saying? So um I do not have any old stories that I'm constantly thinking about. If I do, they're on this channel. Yeah. 25. Where do I need to forgive myself? I am in full forgiveness right now. I don't have anything to work on in regards to that. But again, we'll talk in past tense. I think I said in a video that I talked to a pastor when I was living in a home shelter. In fact, that video is uh, the hierarchy of needs, okay, and covert emotional incest. And the pastor had asked to speak to me because he wanted to know, why I was there. And one of the things that I talked to him about was guilt in regards to leaving the kids behind. It still makes me emotional, but I do forgive myself for that. And he helped me to like find a way to do that. It was definitely nothing I wanted to do. But I don't regret it. And I think if there's any worry I would ever have, it's more about how they feel about it, not necessarily me. I know I did the best that I could with the knowledge that I had. So, in what ways am I numbing myself and checking out of my own life? Social media. But not even really, okay? Because prior to me, okay, I've talked about this before too. I didn't have social media for like 8 years. So, you know, uh, someone might see that I use a lot of social media now, or that I'm on YouTube a lot, I'm on Instagram. Man, I check Instagram like 4 times a day just to see if Drake posted something. But I didn't have social media for 8 years. I avoided that. So now like I feel like it's okay for me to do what I do now, because I did actually live in a space of feeling my feelings and stuff. So, sometimes it might be a little in excess, but ultimately I feel like I earned it. You know what I'm saying? Because just imagine if I was like doing what I was doing, like I'm doing this now, right? But just imagine if like I was doing that for 8 years. If I did that instead of research, if you know what I'm saying, like I earned it. I earned what I'm doing now, and it's not even like I'm not, there's nothing to really check out of. We're doing all right over here. Okay. 27, am I drinking or shopping excessively? No. And, you know, uh, people did think I was, but I really wasn't. And almost everything, like I was looking at my Amazon shopping list and everything, everything was for Aaron. Just about everything was for Aaron. I had gotten receipts from Burlington Coat Factory and shit, mostly Aaron. And Natty and Jeremiah. Like, oh gosh. Well, I mean, in that sense, there was something I got for Jeremiah. He got like an action figure that was $100, and he got like more than one. So yeah, I mean, I think I did overspend on the kids a little bit. Oh yeah, give me a notification. Why don't you? But not currently because that requires money. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really drink. I can count how many times I drank on one hand in the last year. So no. 28. Am I using food as comfort? Possibly. That one I can consider and say possibly. And not necessarily food, chocolate. I have a chocolate issue. Okay. And I think I read somewhere like it's like a certain amount. It's like 2 times the amount of your baseline for dopamine. So yeah. 29. Am I over exercising or always busy? The answer is no. I think you can see that. 30. What do I want less of in my life? And actually, I go back to 29. I've gone in between those extremes, and I actually injured my hip. I think as a result of that. But anyway, 30. What do I want less of in my life? Stagnancy. 31. What are the ways I keep myself silent? Okay, so now I do not keep myself silent, but in past tense, um, I mean, in every way imaginable, um, by not having social media for 8 years, part of it was I recognize that I've always recognized that I'm like triggered, right? Um, I initially left social media because I had an abortion and other women were giving birth, and that bothered me so much that I got off the internet. That's the actual reason behind me getting off of that. But in that time, what I did do was learn. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but I feel like part of that played a role in how much people actually saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely did silence me, and my voice wasn't heard. Where a lot of this probably could have been resolved if I had got on social media. I think that was the primary way that I kept myself silent. Um, and like, you know, I'm always smiling through the pain, and uh, you know, those were ways that, because if you're smiling, nobody knows there's anything. There was a lady that I was working with when I was in Maryland, and she had told me, she was like, "Yo, I told her something I was going through, and she's like, me and my husband used to make fun of you, but not like in a bad way. It just, you were always smiling. We literally thought that you never went, like, this girl could have never went through anything in her life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people think that because I'm able to smile. And I think a lot of people, that smiling is actually a way of being silent, you know. Grin and bear it. So 32. What gifts, talents, or passions have I been hiding from myself? None. That there's no past tense. You know, I always knew I could sing. I always knew I was psychic. I always knew I was talented. You know what I'm saying? Like, always knew I loved psychology. I mean, not always, but from the point that I had found out I was into that. So, 33. How am I burying my gifts and hiding them from others? Um, I mean, I said recently that, my friends thought I was doing XYZ when I was really doing ABC, right? Um, and that was from just never talking about it. Um, they would be talking about whatever they're talking about, and I would never like really interject with what it, what I knew. I kind of just, I was going with the flow and whatever they were doing and whatever they were talking about. And, um, I've been known to like really obsess about an individual, and instead of telling them all the other stuff I'm doing, I would focus on like talking about that person. And you know, the whole time that I was with the man of the hour, I talked to my cousin solely about the man of the hour. I never talked about anything else that I was learning. And so that was, one of the ways that I had been hiding my stuff from others. I didn't tell her like, hey, there's over 1,000 fucking stink bugs on my car. And when I step outside my car, it's like my car is covered in stink bugs, and nobody else's is like that. And I found out that means intuition. Like I never told her that. I was like, yo, I really like the man of the hour. Like I never told anybody that I was really doing any of those things. I even had books on my nightstand, like philosophy books, psychology books. There's one person that knew I actually read them. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't know, and I never really talked about it. But I'm not. This is not a. That's a past tense answer. The answer is, I'm not. I'm not now. Shit. This is me. You just gonna have to like it. How can I begin to engage with my talents, gifts, and passions more often? I started with using this channel to display. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I started traveling and things like that, that was like the starter, because I was doing all of that before I even started the channel. You know what I'm saying? Um, and trust in my intuition. So, 35. Who do I desire to be in the world? I'm going to assume they mean like how controlling how I show up in the world, um, is what they mean by that. And um, you know, I just intend to be me. I intend. Who do I desire to be in the world? The change I want to see. That is who I desire to be, and that is what I strive for every day. 36. Am I staying in an unhealthy situation due to guilt or fear? What are the pros and cons of getting out or walking away from it? So that answer is no. We've watched as I have. This channel has been dedicated to watching as I release energies. Um, and that's been consistent. And I'm even able to tell you which one is affecting me, right? So, what are the pros and cons of getting out or walking away from any situation? I told my son had asked me about friendship, as he's going back and forth from different schools. And one of the things I told him is, you would much rather be alone and be able to represent yourself by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might get the wrong person on your team and they will represent you completely wrong, right? And so that will always be a pro of getting out of a unhealthy situation. And there is no cons. Those cons are going to be the temporary conveniences that that person provided. Because what you'll find in a lot of unhealthy relationships is that there is a transaction. It's a transactional relationship. So whatever you're getting in that transaction, is going to be the con, but in the long run, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, I don't know how I'm going to get to court because I'm letting this girl go and she was the only way I was going to get there, right? That's a con, kind of. But in the long run, it's not. I know it's not. We don't know how. It hasn't been, the answer isn't there yet, but that is what I would say for that. 37. Am I making choices in my life from a place of love or fear? The answer is love. There's very few. In fact, I'll tell you the number one thing that I do out of fear is not like videos. I still don't thumbs up your video. I'm so sorry. I mean, I try and I've done better, uh, you know, but uh, I'm still working on that, and that's not anything that affects my life. Also, the other day I was talking about not going back to work, and I didn't get to finish that thought process, okay? But one of the other things that has been motivating not going back to work is Aaron, and like making sure that he's secure and fulfilled. And he even made it, he had said that he wasn't ready to go to daycare. So, like next year, he has no choice but to go to school. It's the law. But it's kind of a sacrifice for him as well, and it's coming from love, not fear. Like, you know. So what? 38. What relationships in my life feel toxic? The one with Aaron. I'm just kidding, but we are slightly in an enmeshment, and he's currently going through a device addiction, so that gets a little testy. But ultimately, it's a very healthy relationship. He's able to express his feelings really well. Um, I do a lot of on Instagram. A lot of what's in my algorithm right now on Instagram is like parenting tips and stuff, and I find that I follow a lot of those. And so that gives me a lot of reassurance, like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing a really good job here, even with my other children. And I kind of always have. It's just those brief lapses when too much stagnancy. So anyway, 39. What relationships feel nourishing? Equally, I just said Aaron, but equally Aaron and equally the other two. Their feedback and seeing how they're growing even from afar is very. I don't have any other relationships, and even the ones that I had, those are past tense. They were probably more on the number 38 question versus this one. So I haven't really had any nourishing adult relationships yet, but you find ways to, my relationship with myself is nourishing. My relationship with my children is nourishing. Okay. And flourishing. Number 40. What can I better invest in nourishing relationships and spend less time, energy on toxic? How can I better invest in nourishing relationships and spend less time or energy on toxic ones? So like my relationship with social media is a good example of that. Like how I choose not to, how I clean up my algorithm and stuff like that. That would be a great example because that's the closest thing I have to relationships outside of the children. You know what I'm saying? So 41. What am I avoiding and why? Rent increase. And I've discussed that the other day. I discussed that where it's like the reason why is it's not it's not in the best interest of the child or myself right now. But the time will come, you know. 42. Do I listen to my body when it's tired, hungry, achy, begging for movement? Yes and no. Okay. I listen when I'm tired, hungry, um, but not when I'm begging for movement. Um, in fact, I'm achy because I need more movement. I'm just not there yet. Of course, there is a saying to go before you're ready, right? Uh, and so number 43 says, "What is my body trying to tell me now?" And that is it. Um, when it comes like, what could you do to make your life exercise, more exercise? I think I really feel like it was like this time last year when I stopped exercising. I used to exercise. Remember, I used to say I exercise 2 times a month. I mean, not 2 times, 2 weeks out of the month I exercise. And so I stopped doing that. And you see the result is I'm very round. It was definitely maintaining, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, 44, what's the worst thing that can happen if I choose to pursue a specific goal or dream? And what's the best thing that can happen? So, you know, my channel is a goal. Okay. My goal was to post 2 videos a week. And it fueled a dream. The goal was in reach of a dream. And that dream is world peace, not to be confused with utopian living. Okay. So, by not doing that, the worst thing that could have happened is just having, I don't know, you gotta, I can't even think of the worst thing that can happen from not doing it because I've done it, right? And the best thing that can happen is that I could reach the masses. So, you know, that is, thank you very much. I've done it. So the best thing can very well happen as a result of my content. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm aiming for. So 45, what big goal am I secretly wanting to pursue? I am trying to catch the I'm trying to catch the attention of Drake. That's secret. It's not really that secret, is it? What's your question? I'm not like doing any reading or anything. Uh, Number 46, what is stopping me from pursuing my goal? Nothing. Nothing. I've attempted. I've attempted, okay? I've hit his inbox once or twice. So uh yeah, those are two funny ones. Okay. 47. What would my perfect day look and feel like? The perfect day. Nothing standing in my way. Perfect day. Hey, you remember that song? um, my perfect day. I imagine dropping my kids off at school all the time because I've actually never done it, other than like daycare, and having like that very Stepford wife type life is what a perfect day would look like, but I don't know if it would feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like too orchestrated, if that would make sense to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that is what my perfect day would look like and feel like, which don't really align. All right. I feel like my days are pretty good right now, and they are kind of that way, with the exception of not having the older 2 children here, you know. So, 48, does success scare me? Sometimes. Sometimes. Okay? Because, you know, question number 44 says, what's the best thing that can happen? It would be success of pursuit of my goal and dream, which has everything to do with changing the paradigm, right? And that would be the worst thing that could happen. The worst thing could happen is that I didn't help change the paradigm. But the success of that, it's very much like, okay, I've never been in love, so love is very scary. So what would it look like to be in a paradigm that has completely changed from what we know now? It is a scary, like, oh God, what is that going to be like? It may not even be scary, more so like, just, the unknown is very, you know, you get kind of apprehensive, like, what is that going to look like? So not necessarily scary. um I can't think of the proper word for that, but so the answer is no. That's what I'm aiming for, bro. I just want to be successful. 49. In what ways might I be sabotaging myself because I'm afraid of succeeding? If we get in terms of what I should be doing right now, I don't work out. And I am not working out because I've gotten used to seeing myself like this. So, in terms of that type of succession or success, um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Because everything else I'm doing, I'm not afraid to try to change the paradigm. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally the last little thing I got to do, and I'm like, eh. All right, 50. In what areas of my life am I underestimating myself? In no areas whatsoever. All right. um, but when we speak in past tense, because a lot of these I'm speaking in past tense in order to like help people. I definitely did not think that I was lovable at some point. I thought I was difficult to love. And the actual truth is, I am love. I am the embodiment of love. I'm beyond lovable. I am love. So that would be something that I underestimated myself in, but have a far more deeper understanding of myself now, right? So 51, what assumptions am I making about a person, a situation, or a goal? And how are those assumptions keeping me from what I desire? This is a good one. And we could take it back to my struggle with subliminals. Because those are totally assumptions, right? And I understand that. So that's why I say, I'm working on it. I don't, and things like that. And it could, if it's something that I focus on too much, it could turn other people away from the general message that I'm trying to give and purvey, or convey rather. And it relates to, if I say I'm love, then I can't be assuming things of people, you know what I'm saying? So that would like totally turn someone off, and I get that. So I'm working on it. Because that the whole, I'm trying to change the paradigm, and you can't do that assuming anything about anyone, you know. But again, those are things that I've said that I've never really people call me like a click hopper and shit, because I was willing to go and not assume things about people, not listen to rumors and shit. But of course, that also came from having rumors about myself. You know what I'm saying? I've had rumors about myself since I was a teenager. So I know what that feels like, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so number 52, what's missing from my life and what can I do to get it? Love and my children. And speaking the truth is literally the only thing I can do to get it. I cannot go to anybody's house right now and pick up my children without consent. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just speaking the truth about what I've experienced is really the only thing that will ever change that. And I actually do have lots of love. I know there's a lot of people that love me and care about me on a real level. You know what I'm saying? So 53, what physical things do I desire in my life? Physical things do I desire in my life? Physical. I need a new car. I need a new car. That is something that I like. I want. Because I miss driving around. It's a really good hobby, you know, to drive and like see the country. And I had plans. I had so many plans, bro. I plan on going west coast, further west. Okay, the farthest I've gotten is Missouri. You know what I'm saying? So, want to go a little further. Anyway, 53. No, that was 53. 54. What is my happiest memory? I was actually going to speak on this the other day because I only have one picture of all my children together. And that particular day was one of the happiest days ever. All their giggling, all their laughing. Aaron was only like 4 months old at the time. That stays cemented in my mind. And it's funny because that's literally the only picture I have with them. I don't have any pictures of myself with them. You know what I'm saying? That's the only picture I have of all three of them together. I have plenty of pictures of the boys together. I have plenty of pictures of the oldest and the youngest, and the middle child and the youngest, but never like all three of them. That's the only one. And it was a beautiful day. Okay, so 55. What is one thing I haven't done in a long time that I wish I did more often? Ride a bike. And I just mentioned that last night. Ride a damn bike. 56. What areas of my life am I proud of? Spiritual growth. I'm definitely most proud of that. Because I became a Christian when I was like 3 years old. Okay. I love God. Do you love God? And being able to come to this level of evolving that, I'm very, very proud of it. I'm so proud. Like, I actually am a good person. I actually am a genuine person. I think that's something to be proud of. 57, what are my long-term goals right now? Getting Aaron ready for school. That's a very short-term goal. Sorry, that's just next year. Long-term goals. I don't think that far ahead, actually. I've never really thought that far ahead. I mean, I guess the long-term goal has everything to do with changing the paradigm for real. And I think I could be more specific and concise with long-term when I know that. And no, that's bullshit. The long-term goal is to change the paradigm. And I don't even know what will happen when that happens. Yeah. 58, what is my proudest accomplishment? Giving birth to a 9-pound baby. And just being a mother. That is literally my proudest accomplishment. Being a mother and how to put this without making it seem like it's codependent. I have been able to build trust of children even from afar. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of patience. And I'm still mothering, even if they're not there. And I feel very proud of that. All right, so 59. Do I surround myself with successful people? In theory. In theory, okay? Like college graduates, okay? People who go to college. people who were in relationships, who were married, people who had assets, yes. But it does not, success does not equate to character. And so that was what the problem actually was. 60. Do I feel lost in life? No. Why? I think this entire questionnaire has displayed why. 61. Am I living the life I imagine I would be? No. Nope. No. No. From a very, very young age, I thought I would be the wife of Aubrey Graham. I'm not living that. So, no. Then, he's like way up here, and I'm still way up there too, right? But I've met other people, and I really thought, uh, growing up, I really thought I would be married by now and shit. I didn't think that I would be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. It's just that, like, I imagine a completely different trajectory. And I'm okay, but I'm okay with where I'm at. 62, what is my biggest failure in life so far? There isn't one. I haven't failed yet. But I mean, if you want something like a little more physical, I really don't like that I didn't go to college. Of course, my knowledge surpassed college, and I don't mean to be grandiose in saying that. It's just, if I were to go back in time, I probably would have went to college. All right. 63. Do I identify as an introvert or an extrovert? I'm an ambivert. When I go out in public, I speak to a lot of people all the time. You know, I will look, I'm standing in line and I will pass a joke with a complete stranger. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm okay with being by myself and being in my own energy. And I do, like when I go out, I do get depleted just like an introvert would, but I'm very social. Oh, yeah. I can be very social. You know what I'm saying? So, 64, what are my short-term goals? I always told you, getting Aaron ready, school ready. 65, what is the best piece of advice I have received in life? My dad told me, look out for scuzzy wuzzies. Now, of course, you learn in an older age, that was you too. But because of his advice, I was able to look into that. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it took some time, but eventually I was able to identify that. He said, look out for scuzzy wuzzies, and people always put their best foot forward. So you just wait for that worst foot to fall. Right? 66. Who is the one person I can't live without? Me. There have been breakups in my life, because I've never really been in a serious relationship, but after like getting used to someone for a year, 2 years, 5 years, like I had people that had been in my life for like 10 years, right? And like when I finally decided to stop talking to them, there would be times where like, what am I gonna do? Oh my God. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm doing well. Even my children, obviously you've seen I've lived without, there's nobody that the only person that I can't live without is myself. My heart stops beating, I'm dead. Oh, that's it. 67, who is my role model? Do not have any, really. And I actually found this to be a problem at some point. Because I was like, maybe I struggle with stuff because I don't have anyone to look up to. Like, there's nobody that I'm emulating. You know what I'm saying? I'm me. And I have people that I admire, but I wouldn't consider them a role model. Okay. 68. What do I value most in life? Love. Love is a answer to a lot of things here. I value love, and I value knowledge. Okay. And I feel like passing on knowledge is the highest form of love. So I value those two things very much. 69. What do I do for fun when I am bored? I talk to Aaron because Aaron can talk a mile a minute and he says such funny things. He's so fun. Aaron is so funny. He's currently going through a phase right now. All my children have gone through it, but he's going through a joke phase. Okay, all children go through a phase in which they try to determine their sense of humor. Right? Oh God, he's funny. He's really funny. 70. Where do I feel completely safe? In my car. So that's why I want another one. I did what do you call that? Hold on. I rapid movement. ER movement. EMDR. Okay. EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization. Okay. And I actually the you use a safe word. You like program a safe word, and it was literally steer. Being in my car was like definitely somewhere where I felt safe. I'm a really great driver. There was this guy that told me I was not to die in a car accident in this lifetime. All right, so 71. What do my dreams tell me? All of the time. All of the time, especially oh, look, I just took a screenshot yesterday of meanings to my dream. Okay, I am looking to be more livelier. I am looking for a new outlook toward life. And I have an ability to move forward in life with confidence. That is last night's dream or the night before's dream, right? So what do my dreams tell me? And that's constant and consistent. And the other one that commonly comes up too is triumph over enemies. So 72. Am I more of a morning person or a night person? I am a both person. I go to bed at like in between 10 and 2, and I wake up around 5 and 7. So I don't need a lot of sleep. You know, science has proven the healthier that you are emotionally, the less sleep that you need. You know, the 8 hours sleep is a scam. 73. Are you a half full or glass half empty person? I am a. Hey, how are you doing? Grand Rising. Are you alright? What's up? You have this look on your face like, you good? What you need?
I was playing Beat Battle last night, and suddenly Mickey Mouse was like, he rapped player.
That's his dream. Alright.
So then he went crazy. Something was going on with Mickey Mouse.
Interesting.
But nothing happened. Seems like I was just like, what? Why is everything going crazy again? So Mickey Mouse is like, he has control, so like he doesn't usually be out of control. So you want like like that. And then like there's more, and then the game went shaky.
Okay. This was a dream?
No. It wasn't.
It wasn't like what were you doing? Was this when you were playing on the phone yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just my coolest game ever.
On Beat Battle?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I thought it was a dream. It's not.
So
Alright.
then when I defeated him, then more came.
Can you give me about 20 minutes?
Yeah, I need to go potty.
Can you go potty? Go ahead. Good job. Sorry. Are you a glass half full or a glass half empty person? Uh, doesn't really matter type person. um, but in gratitude, if you were gratuitous, you would be more of a it's half full. But I just saw a meme that was like it blew my mind. Like it's refillable, motherfucker. It don't matter. So yeah, like I could agree with that sentiment. Like yeah, I see that. 74. What would make my life more meaningful? Um, more hobbies, more living, and the accomplishment of changing the paradigm. 75. If I only had one day left to live, what would I do? I would drive. I would drive. I would drive as far as I could get in a day. I don't know. That's my favorite thing to do. 76. And of course, you gotta add the cliche shit like, tell my kids I love them. 76. What would I go back and change about my life if time travel was an option? I probably would have spoke up sooner, but I don't know how much how much would speaking up have done if I didn't have like a more definitive answer as to what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like if I would have spoke, and I did actually speak up, and nothing really was happening because there was this lack of understanding, right? So yeah, nothing. I think I'm good. No regrets. Not even a single letter. um, 77. What would I say to my younger self? I really like you. You're really cool. You're absolutely wonderful. Uh, yeah. 78. What is one thing I believe I will never do or have the chance to do, and why? I I have had days in which I've said stuff like, "Oh, this shit is never going to work." But ultimately I do not believe that. That is not a strong belief, right? So, I believe that I have the chance to do anything and everything that I desire. 79. If I died today, what would I regret not doing? Nothing. I don't really live a life of regret or like focus on stuff like that. Okay. 80. Do I allow myself to celebrate my accomplishments? Yes. Do you? 81. Am I ashamed of anything in my life? No. 82. What is the best gift I ever received from someone? Okay, it's gonna be really stupid, but okay, so there was a Christmas where I really wanted Roll Bounce, the DVD. Okay, that's I didn't ask for much. Um, as a child, I don't ask for much as an adult, and I really wanted that DVD, right? And my parents bought me like a whole bunch of shit that year. It was actually a very good Christmas, and I was mad because I did not have Roll Bounce, and then I opened the present. The last present, it was Roll Bounce, and that was. I've gotten. I don't know. That's it. That was the best gift that I ever got. Besides children. That's the gift that keeps on giving. All right, so what is the one song that always makes me smile when I feel low? Uh, pretty much you can play like any Drake song. I think we made it very clear I'm a Drake fan, right? Like any Drake song, even like his little "Leaving Me," dipping out on me. I'm like, yeah, already gave you what you needed, I guess. 84. What do I miss most at this point in my life? I it's like a 50-50 type thing because I miss family time. Like I miss family gatherings. Okay? I haven't been to a family gathering in a while. I miss those, but I don't miss them people. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't miss those people. So that is what I miss most. 85, what do I think would make my life easier? I think my life is pretty easy. Look, like he did you see the sun come up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm do you I don't want you in my video today.
Oh.
What is the first thing I would do if I won the lottery? I've actually mentioned this before. Um, I would build a homeless shelter and a foundation for free DNA testing. Um, and I even have a name for it. The identity key. Okay, because your identity is the key to like self-esteem and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been homeless before, so you know, I realized being homeless, there's not a lot of resources for that. You know what I'm saying? There's not actually that many homeless shelters for one of the biggest problems in America. So those are the two things. I think a lot of people struggle. You know, someone who's adopted, not knowing where you come from is an issue, regardless of what your origin is, whether you're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, you know, whatever nationality, ethnicity, race. Not knowing where you come from is a big deal. Okay, not knowing your daddy, not knowing your mama. Then you got like you got this. There are people literally living right now, like enacting incest by accident. Okay, causing birth defects, causing all types of things. So if we could uh, give everyone a DNA test for free, I would do that totally. I would not. I would sign up for that. Okay. So 87. What's the nicest thing I have ever done for someone else?
I don't know.
You don't know? Um, I could think of a lot of things, but I think that being apologetic is nice. But also I said like passing on knowledge is the highest form of love because you give that person the ability to think for themselves, right? So between those two things, because if you apologize to someone, you give them the ability to heal and move forward, and when you give them knowledge, you give them the ability to think for themselves. So those would be the two things that I think are the nicest things that I've done for people. But I could give you, I've given people money, I've bought people food, I've watched people's children, I've given plenty of gifts. I'm a Taurus, okay? Taurus love gift giving, okay? Love being hosts. They love doing stuff like so. I can give you like 100 of those things. You know what I'm saying? I love children. I give you 100 instances in which I help people with their children. I'm a really nice person, but I think the most important things are apologizing and giving knowledge. All right, so 88. What makes me feel loved?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm gonna do
What?
love.
Love. That's yeah. I mean, yeah. But what makes me feel loved? I don't know yet. Sorry, that's what I don't know. And I don't know the answer to that yet. Do I have a love language? Yeah.
I don't. You.
Yeah, we'll do that. So my love language is acts of service.
Mom.
I think that's the one, but I don't have a lot of instances of that, right? I just know
Mama.
that I would prefer that. You?
Mama.
Yes.
Do I have one?
Yes, you appreciate acts of service. You really enjoy quality time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm definitely sure. 88. What? Nope, that was the one I just did. 89. Have I ever been in love? What does it feel like?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, you should know, but I have been in love, and it felt very for the moments in which I was certain it was a very it's like I can't describe it other than just calmness, certainty, um, refreshing. Like this innate need to help. I don't know. That's the best way that I can describe it. 90. What is one problem in the world I want to solve? The narcissistic paradigm. 91. What do I hope to leave behind when I die? A generation of healthy individuals that can think for themselves,
Did you
that
just
can
say
help
die?
others. Yeah, I did, but not in the context that you're thinking. Just calm down. Um, that is what I want to leave behind. A whole bunch of healthy individuals that can maintain relationships and friendships that make the world a better place. That is what I hope to leave behind. Okay. 92. Do I feel guilty when I put my needs over others? No. 93. When was the last time I laughed? This video, a few minutes ago, a few moments ago. I laugh a lot. 94. What do I look for in a relationship? Security, consistency, honesty, companionship. 95. What is my love language? I already told you guys that. I guess maybe I answered that other question wrong. But my love language is acts of service.
That's you already said.
Second
that.
is quality time. And then physical touch is third for reasons that have been discussed before. And then affirmations and gift giving, they fall very low for me because my personal belief is that gift giving and affirmations are built upon covert emotional incest and they don't hold weight because someone can cheat on you and give you a gift. In fact, that is a common practice of men who cheat. You know what I'm saying? Affirmation, somebody can say you look beautiful and turn around and tell everybody you're ugly. They don't hold a lot of weight. You can't ever take back an act of service. You know what I'm saying? You can't take back a hug. You can't take back quality time. It's been given, it's there. You know what I'm saying? So that is how those rank for me. 96. Do I blame my family for anything in my life? I mean, I try to avoid blaming people, but I will say that I feel that they were given the opportunity to sabotage quite a bit. Do I want to have children? I do have children. I have 3 beautiful children. I would love to have more, but as I'm 34 now. My first child was born at 19. I kind of like I would probably like have one more, but if I didn't, I wouldn't be missing out on anything. And I'm always open to being a stepmama. So 98, what is my superpower in life? Love. Love literally defines me, okay? And it is a superpower. 99, what is one secret I will take to my grave? That's a funny question that I won't answer. Actually, I don't have any. I do not have any. I have spent 374 videos being very active in making sure that oh, you're sick again? I look at your nose, baby. I told you. You opened that window yesterday. I told you not to do that.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, you don't care. But anyways, I've spent the majority of my time revealing a lot of secrets. There aren't any. I don't have any. And that's not to say that you shouldn't. If you have a secret, please be sure to keep it if you want, and you can take things to the grave. But my life wasn't. My life, my purpose is not to have any secrets. All right, so 100. What is the one compliment that I always wanted to hear? I never got that far into the list to hear this question, so I have to think for just a few moments, okay?
Mom.
There's not a compliment that I haven't heard already. You know what I'm saying? Aaron, how can I help you, honey? Can you give me one more minute? I'm almost done. This is the last question, right? Can you do? Thank you. There isn't a compliment that I haven't heard. In fact, the difference is I wanted to hear it from a particular person. Okay? And I was never, like, the people that I dated and really wanted to hear from never gave me the compliments I was looking for. I walk outside and I am gawked over and all that shit, regardless of what I look like, regardless of how much I weigh, regardless of what I'm wearing, regardless of, but that one person I'm dating at the time could not do it. So it's more about who gives the compliment versus what compliment. I've heard it all. I'm really intelligent. I'm a powerful being.
No, you're
I'm a goddess. I am too. Why are you being so aggressive this morning with your words? Okay, we're done here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you're able to ask these questions of yourself and get to know yourself better. Again, this was on yourtango.com, and it says 100 questions. Let me get the name of the article again. 100 deep questions to get to know yourself much better. All right, so y'all have a wonderful day today. I hope everybody has today is the first. This is the first of the month. Have a wonderful day. All right. Oh, gosh, get off me.
No.